Welcome back everyone to the Grizzly Reviews channel. My name is Garrett. Today I'm bringing you a review for It Lives Inside. This is the newest horror movie in theaters. I'm doing something different than I normally do. It usually takes me a couple days to write my thoughts down and then make a video. But today I decided to make this review as soon as I got home because this movie is so good. I can't recommend It Lives Inside enough. I had such a fun time with it. Let's get into the review. An Indian American teenager struggling with her cultural identity and her family has a falling out with her former best friend, which in the process releases a demonic entity. We have just been treated to such original horror in the last couple years. From The Night House, Malignant, Talk to Me, all the A24 horror films. There's a bunch more, I'm not saying, but original horror has been crushing it. And It Lives Inside continues that amazing trend by just being one of the scariest movies I've ever seen in theaters. It Lives Inside is an absolute thrill ride from start to finish. It does not let the tension go away at all. It is scary, terrifying, suspenseful. There were so many times in this film that I would either have to cover my ears and crouch down and hide because I'm so scared of what's happening. I'm shaking. And when stuff like that happens, you know a horror movie is doing its job in scaring you. And boy, was I scared. Not in a jump scare way. There's a few jump scares in this movie, but it's not relying on those jump scares to be what scares you. It's putting you in this atmosphere and not taking it away, and you're just terrified. At least I was. What I love about It Lives Inside is that it's giving you a demon movie, but it's doing it in such a new way because it's a culture I'm not used to, that being of the Hindu people. Hopefully that's right. I don't know. I'm also sorry about all of the names I'm about to mispronounce. I'm gonna do my best though, because there's a lot of great people in this movie and everyone deserves recognition. Bishal Dutta is the director and one of the writers of this movie, and this is a perfectly directed film. I don't think there's anything in this movie that I thought, they should have done that, or what if that was different? It's so perfect. And for PG-13 horror, this is maybe one of the best. It's a little graphic, and it just gives you that little extra twinge for what the demon is doing to these people and makes that instances a little bit more frightening. But again, it's the tension that's scary. It's not the gore. And that's what I love about this movie, is it's not really gory, and I appreciate that. Ashish Mehta is the other writer of this film, and with them and Bishal Dutta, I just commend. They nailed it. Every character and scene in this movie is just so perfectly written, and I love the depth they give to all the characters, especially Sam and her family. Samira, if you want to go for her traditional name. So they're kind of split at the beginning of the film, and I liked the dynamic that Sam had with her mother, and then the father that's just trying to kind of keep everything together. So I was hooked from the beginning of this movie because I cared about the characters and the dynamic that was growing between the family members. Samita, I'm sorry for saying her name wrong. I said Samira before, it's Samita. All of the acting in this movie is fantastic. You've got Suri playing Samita, who does a fantastic job at carrying this movie. Neeru Bajwa plays Sam's mother, and her father is played by Sahay. And they are just such a good family. You feel that they understand where each person is coming from. So when some of them are being a bit more aggressive, they're not oh, you're wrong. It's just everyone is right and everyone is wrong in this movie, and I love it. And Gabriel is in this movie. She's been in a lot of horror films. If you've seen Get Out, she was one of the people that worked at the household.
Oh, no. 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 No, 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 no.
And she plays a really caring teacher that is trying not to overstep any boundaries, although I think kind of giving your students your phone number Maybe not a good thing to do, I don't know. Or be on a first name basis, I don't know. I never got to be like that with one of my teachers. Because that's like a boundary you don't really cross at school, I think. I don't know. The cinematography in this film was gorgeous. There's a lot of really dynamic shots with the camera that just itself gives you tension because the camera's sideways and then it spins to a normal framing and stuff like that. It's just kind of unsettling to see in a movie. It's the camera itself that's putting those unsettling feelings, and then the horror of that scene begins, which is great. Good stuff. I think this is one of the better shot horror films of the year. I really enjoyed just looking at this movie. It was perfect. The sound design and score of this film are equally terrifying. The score really does a good job at getting you in the third act. The music just pumps you up and gets you ready for what's about to happen in the third act. And I really appreciated that. It kind of relieves the tension from the scene before, but then sets you up for a different kind of tension because the end game is here now. All right, we're gonna talk about some spoilers now. I wanna talk about the evil entity, so just skip to this time and avoid spoilers. I don't know what to say. Okay, the demon in this movie, fantastic. Genuinely scary, what it does to people and how it tortures them and how it kills them. Genuinely terrifying, something I've never seen in a movie before, especially what happens to Russ. I don't know how they filmed that. Was it a dummy? Was it CGI? Don't know how what happened to that character happened. Unless there was just a lot of, I don't know. Some visual effects had to have happened to make it happen. But the demon, wow. Genuinely scary. I love its power set. I love that it can turn invisible. It's kind of like the Predator of Hindu demons. The movie does a really good job at not showing you too much soon. The movie slowly shows more of the demon as we go on. I love how its eyes look in the dark. And then when we get closer to the third act, you start seeing more of it and it becomes a real thing that's there. The special effects and makeup crew did such a fantastic job bringing this demon to life. Genuinely terrifying. You could feel like it's actually there. I think that's why the third act of this movie works way better than Smile, because Smile was just a bunch of CGI nothing. And then this movie, it just felt really real and there, and I was actually scared for these characters. I wanted them to survive. I love that this is kind of the movie where not every character is going to die. This movie could have been really depressing and a big bummer with its ending, but it decided not to go that route, and you get a really great ending that I really appreciate happening, which is Sam is now the vessel of the demon, which is very interesting, and now all the characters in this movie that survived have to deal with the entity still being inside her and keeping that at bay while also keeping her safe. And then their family dynamics and friendships have all been patched up, which I really appreciated, that everything just worked out. Things were set up, they were mentioned again, and then they had a conclusion, and I just love how clean the script of this movie is. In the end, everyone, I loved It Lives Inside. It's a fantastic movie, a perfect, scary PG-13 film that lets you attach to these characters and puts them in scary situations that you don't know if they're gonna survive or not. Genuine tension and thrills in this movie with some of the best visual effects I've seen this year. I can't believe I'm giving another movie this. It Lives Inside gets a 10 out of 10. I don't know if it's credible that most movies I review are gonna get really positive ratings, or I'm just like a schmuck and attached to these movies really well. And unlike normal people, like, I have no complaints with this movie. I loved it so much. It was a perfect experience, perfect horror movie. I hope I can see this again with a lot more people and see how they get scared, because I was a baby. So in the comments down below, let me know what you thought about It Lives Inside. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What was your favorite part about it? If you enjoyed watching this video, give it a like. And if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.